Samford fans, welcome into the 2021 Samford softball season preview. I'm John McAfoose, very happy to be joined by head coach Mandy Burford-Johnson. Mandy, I appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Hard to believe, but this is now your 10th season at the helm of this program.
Yeah, it's good. They say time flies when you're having fun, and I've really enjoyed my time here. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, opening day is 1 week from today. Let's start by who's coming back, which is really, when you look at the roster, almost everyone. You do lose Mandy Burford, but let's start with some of the seniors from last year who chose to come back this year. You've got Whitney Hinton returning, Catherine Jackson, Taylor DeSalle. Those three really a big part of the foundation of your program. Talk about the discussions with them when they made the decision to come back for another year.
Yeah, they've nicknamed themselves the Super Seniors, so that my fifth-year seniors, and leadership is definitely not in question this year. They've really taken on a new role, and I was on maternity leave in the fall, and I don't think they missed a beat. The three of those and my assistants just took over, and they've kind of been the rock and the solid foundation that we've needed, and a lot of playing time. There's a lot of records that they're up to finish, and that could have been broken last year in the shortened season. So that battery, with Taylor and Catherine and Whitney anchoring the infield and the lineup, it's just a blessing that we were able to bring them back, and that they wanted to be here, and that you would never know that this was their fifth year. You would think that it's their freshman year, and they're just as excited to be a part of it.
Timberland Sherbert, another big returner. She was named preseason second team all-conference, and I know she was off to a really good start last year too before the cancellation of the season. What have you seen out of her so far in camp?
Yeah, Timberland's just been awesome. She was a transfer, so you never know what you're going to get. She has really, last year she was set for a breakout year. She was really figuring out her swing. And she's got some confidence. She's got her confidence back and her swagger back that I think she had coming out of high school and coming out of travel ball. So yeah, she's going to do big things for us at third base. She'll probably hit leadoff. She's deceptively fast. She had a lot of doubles last year. I mean, she's a gap-to-gap hitter, and really proud of her. I think she's going to do big things.
Always got to ask about the freshman class as well, and a couple names that might look familiar to Samford softball fans. You've got another Yantis girl, the sister of Anna Lynn, Ansley Yantis, and then another Dorsett as well, Abigail Dorsett. So what have you seen out of the freshman group?
Yeah, the freshmen, we just talked about them yesterday to end practice, that they have just been awesome. The six of them, just there's not one in the bunch that you're like, man, I wish that she brought her energy like the other five. They're rock solid. They bring 110% every day. They don't play like freshmen. They're excited to get in. They're going to see some playing time. And they're very talented. You say that about Ansley. She got a camp award because she started coming to camp in sixth grade. She was my long-standing camper. Her and Merritt, they started coming to camp really soon. So Ansley was able to transition quickly because obviously with Anna Lynn playing here for 4 years and understanding how we did things from coming to camp. But a lot of familiar last names, a lot of names you'll see in the box scores. They're gonna do big things for us.
Talk a little bit about what the plan at shortstop is. Again, Mandy Dorsett, really the one key loss from last year. She was your regular at short, so what's the plan for that position? So
we've got two freshmen, Ansley and another Allie Bigham. Her sister, Casey Bigham, played at Furman. So she's very familiar with the SoCon. She traveled to watch her sister play here at Samford, and whenever she came on a recruiting visit, that was kind of what she said, was she loved the way we play, she loved the energy we played, and that was how the whole recruiting process began with her. So neat, she's from North Carolina, so she's not a local kid. The two of them will see some time at short, and yeah, I mean, they're going to be freshmen. They're gonna make some errors in the beginning, which the key is just to get them some confidence, and the ball's going to keep being hit. We got to keep making plays, so they'll get their feet wet, but I think they'll be all right.
I want to talk about the pitching staff as well. We mentioned Taylor. You've also got Emily Barnett. You've got Megan Robertson. You've got McKenna Gillespie. And then, of course, Abby Swaney, who was off to such a good start her freshman campaign and was just named the SoCon preseason pitcher of the year. An impressive honor for someone who's really only made 7 collegiate starts, and the SoCon has never seen her pitch.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was hesitant to nominate her because, no one, I don't like to nominate freshmen that don't have any stats, but so she had some statistics and they were really good. So I was like, well, let's throw her name out there. But honestly, when season ended last year with the COVID shutdown, our pitching staff was probably the backbone of our team. It's been a while since we could say that, and I think Caitlin Lee's done a tremendous job with them. But the 5 that we're bringing back all do something different. They all change planes differently. They all complement each other. And Abby Swaney, she's special. She spins it really well, and I think she has raised the bar, the level of play for all 5 of them. and they've all got something, different with their personalities. Taylor's just a bulldog. Like if we had a Samford softball award for just persistence and hard work and the ultimate teammate, she's kind of the epitome of that. So having that, to trickle down through that pitching staff, I think is something special, and I'm excited to see what they do.
Looking at the non-conference schedule, I know you always like to play some good opponents, and this year is certainly no exception. You're starting with a ranked Kentucky team here next weekend for a 3-game series. Mississippi State's coming in later as well. Talk a little bit about, the non-conference schedule and playing some of those strong opponents.
I do like to schedule it difficult. I think, the better pitching and the better hitters that we can see leading into SoCon play is normally the ideal goal. A 3-game series with an SEC opponent isn't always something that I'm looking for, but with the COVID restrictions and with hosting multi-team tournaments, it's just been a challenge. And so, we weren't going to back down from a challenge, and Kentucky's got a good team. I really like Rachel Lawson. I respect her a lot as a head coach, so I'm excited to match up with them and see what we've got. We're going to get tested right out of the gates, so I think it'll only prepare us for the rest of February, not just prepare us for SoCon play, but we're going to be ready those next couple weekends because we'll see the best.
And when you look at teams throughout the SoCon, it always feels like it's a pretty well-balanced league. There's never really one team that you feel is going to run away with it. When you're looking around the league this year, what do you expect from the rest of the conference?
Yeah, it's interesting because everyone basically has 2 recruiting classes of kids we haven't seen. So there's a lot of names, on their preseason ballots that we're voting off statistics where I don't even have a mental image of what they look like. And so I think it's going to be interesting that there's double recruiting classes, 3 to 8 kids that could all potentially be starting that we have no clue what they're going to look like. So I don't know. I think it'll be a draw. There's always hard-fought competition. Every weekend, kind of 1 through 7. I don't think there's a weak team in the league, so I think it'll be interesting.
The tournament format has changed. It's going to be just the top 4 teams with the 1 seed hosting the tournament. So a little bit of an added incentive this year to play for that regular season title and get a chance to host.
It's interesting because it's it's the fear of the unknown, I guess. You don't know where you're going to go. You don't know what you're going to do. But the thought of being able to host it ourselves and have that home field advantage, sleep in your own bed, not have to be in a hotel that entire week, I think it definitely gives you some extra motivation to go out and really win conference. Really, put our best foot forward for regular season.
Mandy, appreciate your time. We're all looking forward to getting started.
Thanks, John.
Samford softball opens at home next Friday against Kentucky before a doubleheader on Saturday. That's Mandy Burford-Johnson. I'm John McAfee. That'll do it for the 2021 Samford softball season preview.